Folks, buckle up. We're diving headfirst into the legal whirlwind that is Donald Trump's life. And trust me, this time, it's a doozy. The former president, known for his brash pronouncements and Twitter tirades, finds himself entangled in a legal battle of epic proportions, one that has the potential to rewrite the rules of American politics. Imagine a reality show where the stakes are higher than just ratings, where the courtroom replaces the boardroom, and where a potential prison sentence looms larger than any electoral defeat. This isn't just about hush money or inflated property values. This is about accountability, about whether even the most powerful man in the world can outrun the long arm of the law. The New York court's guilty verdict sent shockwaves through the nation, a resounding declaration that no one, not even a former president, is above the law. But this is Trump we're talking about. A man who seems to thrive on chaos and defiance. His appeal to the Supreme Court is a bold gamble, a Hail Mary pass that could either cement his legacy as a political martyr or expose him as a master manipulator seeking to evade justice. The nation holds its breath, the tension thicker than a Trump steak, as we wait for the highest court in the land to deliver its verdict. This isn't just a legal battle, it's a battle for the soul of American democracy. Now let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? What exactly is Trump accused of? Well, picture this, a real estate mogul known for his lavish lifestyle and even more extravagant claims, allegedly inflating the value of his properties to secure loans that would make your head spin. We're talking about a financial shell game of epic proportions, one that would make even Bernie Madoff blush. Prosecutors allege that Trump and his trusty sidekicks, the Trump Organization, engaged in a systematic scheme to deceive lenders and insurers, presenting a distorted image of their financial health to line their own pockets. Imagine a world where your net worth is as malleable as Play-Doh, stretching and shrinking at will to suit your financial needs. That's the world Trump allegedly created, a world where the rules of accounting were mere suggestions, easily ignored when it suited their purposes. But this isn't just about fancy buildings and inflated egos. At the heart of this case lies a $130,000 hush money payment made to Stormy Daniels, an adult film actress, during the heat of the 2016 presidential campaign. This wasn't just a case of a wealthy businessman trying to silence a potential scandal. Prosecutors allege that this payment was disguised as corporate legal expenses, a blatant violation of New York law, and a clear attempt to influence the outcome of a presidential election. This is where things get really juicy, folks. We're not just talking about financial misdeeds, we're talking about potential election interference, about undermining the very foundations of American democracy. The stakes are higher than ever, the implications far-reaching. The tension in the courtroom was palpable, thicker than a bowl of Trump Tower chili, as the jury delivered its verdict, guilty on all 34 felony counts. The silence was deafening, broken only by the gasps of disbelief and the frantic scribbling of reporters' pens. The walls seemed to close in on Trump, the weight of the charges finally breaking through his carefully constructed facade of indifference. This wasn't just a legal defeat, it was a blow to Trump's carefully cultivated image as a Teflon Don, a man who always seemed to come out on top, no matter the odds. The verdict sent shockwaves through the nation, a stark reminder that even the most powerful man in the world is not above the law. For a brief moment, it seemed as if justice had prevailed, that the system designed to hold everyone accountable had actually worked. But this is Trump we're talking about, a man who never backs down from a fight, even when the odds are stacked against him. His legal team, a group of lawyers who make Johnny Cochran look like a public defender, immediately vowed to appeal the verdict, setting the stage for a legal showdown of epic proportions. The battle lines were drawn, the nation divided between those who cheered the verdict as a victory for the rule of law and those who saw it as a politically motivated witch hunt. The stakes were higher than ever, the outcome uncertain. The Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, the final arbiter of justice, the place where legal dreams go to either soar or die a fiery death. This is where Trump has placed his hopes, his last chance to overturn the guilty verdict and salvage his reputation, at least in the eyes of his most ardent supporters. His legal team, armed with more legal arguments than a library full of law books, is pulling out all the stops, arguing that the sentencing should be delayed until after the 2024 presidential election. Their reasoning? Oh, just a little thing called presidential immunity, the legal equivalent of a get-out-of-jail-free card. They claim that subjecting a former president to sentencing while he's busy campaigning for the highest office in the land would be unfathomable, a distraction of epic proportions. Imagine Trump, on the campaign trail, railing against the deep state and the rigged system, all while facing the very real possibility of trading in his tailored suits for an orange jumpsuit. The Supreme Court, those 9 robed figures who hold the fate of the nation in their hands, must now decide whether to grant Trump's request, potentially delaying justice and throwing the 2024 election into chaos. This isn't just about legal technicalities, it's about the balance of power, about the very principles upon which America was founded. Section 5, Campaign Crossroads, Justice or a Political Comeback. The 2024 presidential election looms large, casting a long shadow over Trump's legal woes. His supporters, a fervent and loyal bunch, see this case as nothing more than a politically motivated witch hunt, a desperate attempt by the deep state to silence their beloved leader. They argue that the timing of the charges, coming just as Trump is gearing up for another presidential run, is suspect at best, a blatant attempt to derail his campaign before it even begins. To them, Trump is a victim, a martyr, a modern-day Joan of Arc being burned at the stake of political correctness. On the other side of the aisle, his detractors see this as the chickens finally coming home to roost, the culmination of years of alleged wrongdoing finally catching up with the former president. They argue that no one, not even a former president, is above the law, and that Trump should be held accountable for his actions just like any other citizen. The Supreme Court's decision will have profound implications for the 2024 election, potentially turning the race on its head. Will Trump be able to use this case to his advantage, rallying his base and painting himself as a victim of a political vendetta? Or will the weight of the charges and the possibility of a looming prison sentence prove too much to overcome, sinking his campaign before it even sets sail? Section 6. The Price of Deception, Financial Penalties and Business Bans. If found guilty, Trump and his cronies could be facing a financial reckoning of epic proportions. We're talking fines that would make your eyes water, enough to make even the wealthiest billionaire reach for the antacids. Trump himself is staring down the barrel of a $354.8 million fine, plus a cool $100 million in interest, just to add insult to injury. But wait, there's more. The former president also faces a potential 3-year ban from serving as an officer of any New York company. That's right, folks. No more Trump Towers, no more Trump golf courses, no more Trump steaks. Not that anyone was buying those anyway, and let's not forget about Trump's trusty sidekicks, the ones who allegedly helped him build this empire of deception. Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, the Fredo and Sonny of the Trump family, each face a hefty $4 million fine and a 2-year ban from holding any executive positions in New York. But the real loser in this whole saga might just be Alan Weisselberg, the former CFO of the Trump Organization, the man who allegedly kept the books balanced while the ship was sinking. Weisselberg faces a $1 million fine, a 3-year ban from serving as an officer, and a lifetime ban from holding any financial management positions in New York. That's right, folks, a lifetime ban. Talk about adding insult to injury. Section 7, Trump versus James, a war of words and legacies. This legal battle isn't just about laws and regulations, it's a clash of titans, a war of words and legacies between Donald Trump, the brash billionaire turned politician, and Letitia James, the no-nonsense New York Attorney General. Trump, never one to back down from a fight, has come out swinging, accusing James of waging a politically motivated witch hunt, claiming that she's out to get him because of her personal disdain for him and his policies. He paints himself as a victim, a martyr, a man being persecuted for his beliefs. James, on the other hand, remains unfazed by Trump's bluster. She's a seasoned prosecutor, a woman who has built her career on holding the powerful accountable. She sees Trump not as a political opponent but as a criminal, a man who has flagrantly violated the law and must be held responsible for his actions. This is a battle not just for legal victory but for public opinion, a battle to shape the narrative, to control the hearts and minds of the American people. Who will emerge victorious? Only time will tell. Section 8. America's legal system on trial, a nation divided. The Trump legal saga has exposed deep divisions within American society, highlighting the fragility of the nation's institutions and the erosion of trust in the rule of law. Trump supporters view the charges against him as a politically motivated witch hunt, a desperate attempt by the deep state to silence their champion. They see a two-tiered justice system, one for the elites and one for everyone else, and they believe that Trump is being unfairly targeted because of his political beliefs. This case has become a rallying cry for them, a symbol of their frustration with the status quo. On the other side of the aisle, Trump's detractors see this as a long overdue reckoning, a sign that no one, not even a former president, is above the law. They believe that Trump's actions have eroded democratic norms and undermined the rule of law, and they are counting on the justice system to hold him accountable. This case has become a litmus test for American democracy, a referendum on the strength of its institutions and the resilience of its people. The outcome will have far-reaching consequences, shaping the nation's political landscape for years to come. Section 9. The Global Stage, Trump's Case, and the Future of Democracy. The Trump legal saga has captivated the world, with international observers watching closely as the drama unfolds. This case is about more than just one man. It's about the future of democracy, about the rule of law, and about the accountability of those in power. Trump supporters around the world see him as a champion of the people, a man who challenged the established order and fought for the little guy. They view the charges against him as a politically motivated witch hunt, an attempt to silence a dissenting voice. His detractors, however, see him as a threat to democracy, a demagogue who has undermined democratic institutions and eroded public trust in government. They hope that this case will serve as a warning to other leaders who might be tempted to abuse their power. The outcome of this case will have global implications, shaping the way the world views American democracy and its commitment to the rule of law. Will it be seen as a victory for accountability and transparency, or will it be seen as a sign that even in America, the powerful can escape justice? The world is watching.